there's something very important we need to talk about, and that's how do you update the contents of a list. So let me make a new list. 1, 2, 3. And then we can have 4 and 5. And we can make a Z by concatenating them together. We saw that already. And we can look at all of those. We can do length of Z, and we're going to get 5. So we can concatenate. There's also a method called append, which I'm not so concerned about. Right now we have 1, 2, 3. It's too many P's. And now I've added a single thing. That's also kind of not what we're looking at, though. Really what we mean when we talk about mutating or changing the contents of a list is like that X. If I didn't want that X in there, what value was that? That's 4? No, 3. What if I want to make that a 4? We essentially do an assignment just like we print. So mutation. Again, index and expression, right? Just like any other regular assignment, the difference is that what we use the bracket notation, we can now modify it by putting on the left-hand side like at a variable. So I can change 1 to 100. Or I could change -1 to 200. -1, remember, goes backwards. So we can go through and change them just using their index. And that's actually a pretty powerful way. And there's other methods we can use to mutate lists. I don't want to go into a lot of them. Actually, I don't want to go into any of them. But remember, there's different kind of methods on lists that you can look up in the documentation. You saw index, and then these are actually belong to it. And we're going to talk more about what it means later. But there's also things like remove. Pop is a fun one. Sort. Clear to take clear of a list. And the methods, you would do list, period, index, and then some value. And that'll return an index, an integer. And I don't want to talk too much about these because they're more advanced than what we're really dealing with at this point. But for now, if you want to change the contents of a list, you essentially put the list. Let me actually modify this to say in some index inside of the brackets on the left-hand side of the equals instead of the right-hand side, and it'll actually treat it. For example, as well, x1 equals x2. Both of those are now 3. Because x2 was originally 3 and x1 was 2. This returns a 3 and sets it inside of where that is. And now we have all that, and I can even go one more. And we can change all that. So that's actually a way for us to modify the contents of a list.